Hello, welcome back to another ETM podcast. Today we're going to be doing season 4. My name is Matt, and I have 3 new guests with me. Would you like to introduce yourselves, guys?
Yep, sure.
Go on then, say hi.
Alright, hi, I'm Charlie, and the host of this podcast got me addicted to ETN, and now I can't stop.
That's a good start. Who's next?
Hi, I'm Julie. I love ETN, I love Joey, and yeah, this is my life now.
And then finally...
Hi, I'm Tyler. Unfortunately, I'm the lead mod in Escape the Night, and I make videos on art.
Unfortunately, what's a good start? Anyway, for people who don't know how this works, we're going to be talking everything about season 4. We're going to start talking about the plot, move into our character ranks, these are all our opinions, going into iconic moments, and finishing with a trivia quiz that you can try with the answers at the end. But enough of me talking, let's get straight into this, and starting with the beginning of season 4. Who wants to start?
Okay.
There's always a silence. Okay, we'll start with the fact of we see the 1920s house and we see all the old artifacts. What were you thinking when you saw Matt and Nikita at that moment with the artifacts?
My queen.
Same. I was really glad. I thought they were gonna be in the season, and then I found out there were gonna be only 1 or 2 episodes, and then I got kind of sad, but okay.
Yeah, they couldn't win through the portal.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Tyler?
If I would have liked them to go through the portal. They were just slow.
They were just slow.
They were slow.
There are a lot of theories about it, like with Joey being evil, so he actually broke the portal unintentionally when he went through it. So that's a theory on YouTube at the moment. What people have said.
That's the one I would believe, actually.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
It was a shame
No,
I did wish all 4, everyone went through the portal. That would have been great, having Matt and Nikita as a guest for a second season. But
okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But Rose's reaction to Matt.
we'll be getting into that. That was a good reaction. But of course, we know that they go in the portal and jump into museum. What was your kind of reaction to it being a museum sort of season? So all the different
I was excited. I was really excited because I just kept getting, oh, this is night at the museum. This is night at the museum. Let's go.
What was everyone else's reaction?
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
I was so excited it was a museum because I don't know why. I really like movies and stuff that have museums. I think it's more interesting. So then I was like, oh, this is cool. It's gonna be each era, each exhibit. It's gonna be really cool. So
I agree with that. What was your opinion, Tyler, on a museum theme?
I was really excited as well, but it was kind of creepy as well because as the episodes came out, it was kind of what we were learning in history class. When it was the second episode, we were learning about Egypt, and when the third episode came out, we were learning about China. So it was kind of creepy as well.
that is just really unfortunate timing on your behalf. But of course we know that. Yeah, basically. But of course we saw the guests. I think. When you saw them in the glass cabinets, what were we all thinking about that as well?
Sophia wasn't there and it pissed me off.
Oh, Sophia or Rob's queen. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
she
should have been there.
Yeah, she should have.
Justine didn't deserve to be there. I'm sorry, Justine did not deserve to be there. Neither did fucking Colby.
I think there's a lot of people who, okay, looking at the rest, because it's an all-star season, who would you wish to have been there and who do you wish replaced them?
I would replace Justine with Jessie.
Ooh.
First of all.
Who else?
I would... Okay.
Who else?
What's her name? Her name? Andrea.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you'd replace Andrea.
I would replace Andrea with Tana.
That's interesting. Who else? What else are we going for? Who do we wish was there?
Lele.
Oh,
Lele. I wish. Oh, I miss Lele.
All right. Who was replacing Lele then?
I would replace Tana with Lele. I didn't like Tana wasn't that.
I think I'd replace Tim.
Tim.
Okay, you know what I wish would have happened? If we got Lauren and Alex. Do you know how cute that would have been?
Yeah, but they've broken up by this time.
Oh,
This
God,
would be
yeah.
this would be awkward more than anything.
Jesus.
We'll get
I
in.
forgot about that.
We'll get into a point where I think it will probably be episode 6 where we're talking about this. But anyway, so of course we see all the guests and everything, and Joey manages to bring them all back. I think the initial reaction was quite incredible though. Like everyone was there, like, you killed me, and why am I here now? Like it was a crazy sort of reaction. What were you kind of thinking, like with predictions and everything from that moment?
Oh, I was 100%. People were gonna, Colleen was gonna gun for everybody that shoved her in a box of spikes.
Oh yeah, the
I
box.
feel like Tim didn't have beef with anyone though, because he just shot himself.
Yeah. Something.
You know what I
was
think would have been cool? If you got Ava, Ollie, Matt, and Nikita. All of them.
That would be interesting. Go on for it, Julie.
Would-
What were you gonna say? Who? What were you gonna say, Julie? About?
Oh, I was surprised that Justine wasn't as mad as Colleen, because she was also like killed by her friends. So I was surprised at that. She was just like, "Fine, I died and I'm here." I
Yeah.
was like, "You should have been more mad." I would be really mad.
Yeah, I can agree with that. What was your opinions on it, Tyler?
On what?
Basically, like all their reactions to coming alive again.
Oh, I expected a bigger reaction from Gabbie. She was
Yeah,
kind of
me
like,
too.
my heart was ripped out.
Oh, it was when Alex said, "I killed both of you," because he said it to Daystorm and to Gabbie. Oh,
I was expecting him to get smacked. Like, fucking whack.
yeah, that was kind of an awkward moment because I actually, like, if you see the season 2, I kind of said, "Oh, Alex was great in season 2," and I thought he was gonna like portray that in season 4. But then when he came out with that comment, I was like, "Oh no, here we go." This isn't gonna end well.
I like how everyone was just like, Alex, you're not bad. He's like, no, I was bad. I want to prove myself. I was like, honey, no, you were just stupid. You were just dumb.
We're kind of moving on and everything when we get into it. So we get into later in the episode. Who wants to say what happens next in the episode 1?
Slurp.
No one. Well, later. This is a good start. No, later in episode 1, of course, we kind of realise the situation that they're in. Very fun mummies chasing everyone around, the guards and everything. I believe it was episode 1 that Alex decided to punch one of the guards.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the shirtless man.
Oh,
That was
I wonder if
amazing. Not gonna lie, I
choreographed.
really enjoyed that.
actually, I did enjoy Alex kicking back. We never see the guests like fight back properly, but that was just
Yeah.
you just rooted for it, really, didn't you? But
Well, I always wondered if that was choreographed. Like, if they
Probably.
probably, but it still made it just as good and everything, even if it was
Yeah.
choreographed or not.
Probably
Yeah.
only Alex and the guy knew it. Like, probably the other people didn't know that
Yeah,
was gonna happen.
felt bad for Ro. That just started her capturing rate.
Oh, poor Ro.
Ro is the most
Oh,
captured
baby.
person in ETN, and that was the start.
That's, she's short.
She can't run. It's not her fault. She's tiny.
She's tiny. She just gets captured all the
She's
time.
tiny. But
I
her
would
outfit's
flip her
always
height,
like,
and if I stood up
On
to
point.
Ro, I would
Oh,
be
yes.
able to like
Hair?
lean on her like a fucking chair. I would just like lean over.
Oh God, what were you gonna say, Tyler, about her outfit?
Yeah.
she's so small, but her outfit's like poofy and big, and like it just makes her look so cute.
Oh yeah, I think that kind of makes up for it.
I
Her
love
hair
all
is
of her
always like
outfits. All of
perfect.
her outfits.
Yeah. And then we'll go probably later into the episode. Well, I don't want to go into like every like single detail, but of course later into the episode they kind of find out what they've got to do. And does everyone just remember the reactions about like when they realise it's going to be another like killing game sort of
Are you
situation?
fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Everyone was so mad. I would be too because it was a rescue mission and then it was everyone dying again.
I think everyone was happy to be dead. Like, they didn't have to feel it again, but they're going through this whole
Yeah.
situation all over. Like,
To go to
I
hell.
just
Yeah.
I love Gabbie. Like, people have always said there's a special place in hell for me. But
right at the beginning.
Tana's just like, I know I was going to hell anyway, but like so soon.
So
Yeah.
soon. And then,
Honestly, that would have been me. I would have been like, yeah, I know I'm going to
Yeah.
hell. It's okay.
and then, of course, if we end episode 1 off with the introduction of the mummy, I think.
Oh.
What would everyone else do in that
The
situation? That mummy coming out of the casket. What do you think your
Oh.
reaction
I
would be,
actually
sarcophagus?
screamed.
Yeah.
I would just run away. I don't really
I
like
would-
people.
I would be like, I would die. That's the thing. I always like don't know what I would do because I'm kind of good at puzzles, but also like I would shit myself. I would be so scared. I could not do Escape Tonight.
Yeah, I
I would be dumb. I cannot do it.
You just hear a little sound effect, just go, oh.
Yeah.
I'm turning around and running. But of course, that's how we end episode 1, then moving into episode 2, and it's kind of like a continuation from what we saw in episode 1 with the mummy. And then the group split off. Like, what were you thinking of like the groups and everything? Like, who split off with who? Because you
I
had,
liked the group.
yeah, I guess the groups kind of they balanced well. You had like,
Yeah, I think they balance each other out.
because you had Bretman, Daystorm, Rowan kind of in that group,
Yeah.
and then you had.
Because Daystorm was with Ro. I think that was a good balance.
Honestly, I would have loved to see more Daystorm Row. They were,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were actually,
Yeah.
they just worked. Like, for the time that I saw them and everything, especially when they were having to do the thing of the frame and everything, watching their kind of like friendship and everything. But you had Row, who's like a non-problematic character, with Daystorm, who's kind of like presented as a dark force throughout season 2 and to come into season 4.
I like how he kept his dark characteristics.
Yeah.
He kept that, like, he's still the bad guy.
Yeah.
It kind of is.
He kind of is. Oh, we have not a Daystorm stan in the chat, I guess.
Oh.
And of course, well, okay, so this was like the first start of penalty votes, really, like properly having like penalty votes. What was everyone thinking when penalty votes came up? I'll start with Tyler this time.
Excited.
Because
I
I
was
think
just-
it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
with it.
you were okay with it. I think it was a nice twist from what
Yeah,
we
it was-
normally see.
Yeah.
And
It was-
definitely fair.
Yeah,
yeah.
the twist from the start was kind of, cool.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. And then we'll probably just, again, we'll kind of glance through these episodes, but of course we end up with the voting situation, and then we had Tana versus Justine. Was everyone else thinking that Justine was going to win as well when they got into it?
Yes.
Really?
I was.
Yeah.
Um,
I was rooting for her. That's so sad that she died so early again.
Mhm.
She did.
I like how
She was good.
I like how at the end of that challenge, that Tana was like, "Are you gonna take this? No, fight back, bitch!"
Yeah. I would do the same thing. That's what I always think about Skip the Night. I would always like try to run. Like in every death, everyone's just like accepting. I would try to run and do something about it, you know? Like, why stay there? Just die.
And like, they should put up an effort behind. It's not gonna. I would like to see one episode where somebody actually wins a fight with their.
Yeah.
That would be so
Yeah.
cool.
Season 5, hopefully? Well, they did technically. We did have the gingerbread woman season 2, episode 5. That was the only time they fought back and won, sort of.
Yeah, but
With the
life still died.
yeah, with the dire
They
consequence.
didn't really fight back. They were gifted a double death.
Yeah.
A double survival.
Yeah. This season also there was a twist, but it was like episode 7, I believe. So we won't get into that.
Yeah,
But
we'll get
there
into
was
that.
also a twist there.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, as we know, Justine dies too early. We still get Tana for more episodes. Yay! And then we move into episode 3.
I like Tana as she evolved throughout the episode.
We will get into character rag soon.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
Well, anyway, we're getting into episode 3, Soul for Gold. I actually
The
like
most
this.
forgettable episode.
Really?
I like this.
I
You
also
didn't?
I like the episode, but I think it's forgettable because you always forget episode 3.
No, this is one of the episodes of season 3 that I actually remember very well. Soft Gold with Garuda. It was again, it was a new concept again. What I think worked personally.
I hope they bring this concept back for other seasons.
Same.
But of course,
I enjoyed this episode, not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was cool that they had to get coins with the fastest, and then, but they can also change. Like, Bretman has most, and then he falls to the bottom. Like, you can do that all the time. I like that.
Yeah, no one was at an advantage or disadvantage. There was like equal hope.
Was I the only one hoping that it was Joey and Bretman that were going in?
I think we're now just rooting for Joey to go into challenges at this point in season 4.
Yeah. You can see that we all wanted Joey to die.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. I want him to die one episode and then just get revived because he can't die.
Yeah.
I would like to have him know the pain of being killed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about, what were your opinions on Garuda, Tyler?
Garuda? Who was Garuda? The Birdman?
Yeah, Birdman.
The Birdman,
Yeah, he was... I don't know, honestly. He was just there.
He was just there.
Scared
He
me a lot.
didn't really do much in the episodes
I
as
wanted
much.
to make.
But the mask was so scary.
Oh, yeah. It was very scary again, like, right at the beginning of the episode with Alex and everything. Just grabbed him. Oh, no. That just
Yeah.
doesn't sit right.
Oh god.
I found Collie more scarier.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that
The blue
100%.
bitch?
I did
The blue boo?
I did enjoy actually when they were trying to pick up the money, then reading out their totals. That was quite funny. Oh god, you kind of got to see the separate personalities and everything. You got to see the dark side of Daystorm, like hiding his amount. You got to see kind of Rose's like innocent side. You got to see Tanner's hoe side.
I love that Ro was the only one who was like, maybe Daystorm has like really low coins and he doesn't want to say.
This is what
She was the only one who said that.
This
Everyone
is
was
what I'm
like, oh, he
talking
has
about.
most.
That is their friendship. This is what I'm talking about. They deserved more time together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But of course, what we do is they go through the episode. Bretman loses half his coins. I think that was deserved, though. Like, he was flaunting his wealth. He deserved to
He
be
had
knocked.
like 34 and Daystorm had 7. That was just kind of fair.
Yeah, he deserved to be knocked down a few pegs for that one, actually. I was happy when he lost his coins. That's
Yeah.
I was just like, I love his quote though. If you're not in the what number of coins?
You're not in the
something
30s club.
You're broke.
Yeah. And then like, I love it how it came back to haunt him. I'm just middle class now.
I love his quote, I don't speak broke.
I don't speak broke.
I used to walk in like a Louis Vuitton with that
Oh
quote
my.
on a shirt.
And then I think I really love like the coin situation and everything. I think it was quite predictable though, like name your enemy and give them coins, name your friend, they lose coins. I think that was very predictable. However,
Yeah.
it kind of worked like with the premise and everything. There was a lot of like a lot of backstabbing in the episode. I mean, Joey and Colleen somehow made up for some miraculous reason. I think
Because of the coins, though.
No,
Because he gave her the coins and then she gave him the coins. It was just kind of confusing.
Nah, I honestly think that Colleen sold out because she was like, I don't want to die, but if I become friends with Joey, then I won't die. I think that was the point where she was like, I'm gonna sell out, honestly.
Yeah,
Joey
funny,
almost lost. He had like
it's
3
the
points or
opposite.
something in the
You
end.
become friends
Yeah.
with Joey, you end up in one of his skip the knife, and then you die.
It's the Joey curse.
Yeah.
You go against Joey, you die,
It's the
simply
Joey.
put. And then, of course,
It's the Joey curse.
Did anyone else realise that the first people who had the lowest amount of coins was Tim and Daystorm? And no matter what, the people with the lowest coins at the end was still Tim and Daystorm.
Yeah.
Did anyone?
Yeah.
Oh,
I just found that ironic. No matter how many times they switch the coins around, the same 2 people are gonna go in.
True. They still had 0 in the end,
He
though.
did, because he gave all his coins to
Yeah.
what was it, Alex? No, he gave
Yeah.
the rest of
Yeah.
them to
I
Joey as well.
Tim didn't get any coins though. Like no one gifted him coins.
No,
Yeah.
no one liked Tim. I don't think.
That's
No one
sad.
knew Tim. He lost his only ally in Justine in episode 2.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. No one really knew Tim, and it was kind of bound to happen. To be quite honest with you.
That's true.
Yeah, I wish they would have had more people from
Season
that.
1.
Season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lele.
to balance it out. But of course, we know, like,
I kind of wish they would have brought back, what was it, Ava?
Ava.
The Fixer?
The Fixer.
Okay,
And
she's the first death.
Andrea.
Season 1.
Andrea's the Fixer.
Andrea, Ava, whatever.
And I think we know how the episode ends. I mean, we know that Daystorm basically kills off Tim. I think it had to happen. I would have loved to see more of Tim, but we didn't contribute very much to season 4.
I got sad. I really liked Tim, and I don't like Daystorm, so I was rooting for Tim, and then I got sad.
I think I liked Tim more in season 1 than
same.
Yeah.
He survived more in season 1 too.
He deserved season 1. But then we move on to episode 4. This is one more kind of forgettable episode with the Emperor. They have iconic moments. I think the guys and everything, Tyler failing the arrow challenge was quite fun. The archery challenge was quite funny though.
I love this episode. I really do. I think it's so funny.
Take it away, both of you. You love this episode. Take it away. Talk to me about it.
Just the whole like boys and girls thing. The thing that they prove like feminism and stuff. That the girls were like, oh, we can't be married off. Like the whole thing they were like telling was like, I'm not like this is sexist and stuff. And I was like, this was kind of good for it because sometimes people can think that it's kind of sexist. I don't know why. Sometimes all the girls get killed first, like in season 1. All the girls got killed really fast, and people can find out it's sexist. I don't know. But I like the episode. And then also the boys separate each one, like Joey doing all the pull-ups. I love that. And he was like, I can do this. Like, I'm not feminine and stuff. I can do pull-ups. I love that part. And Alex didn't do anything. I thought that was funny because he was the most, like,
cocky. Yeah.
So, it was funny.
What are your opinions on this episode, Tyler? Because you seem to enjoy it.
I want to know how they predicted there was going to be 4 females in this episode. Because it was either rigged or it was through luck.
That's what I'm saying. This whole
Definitely.
Season is rigged.
I'm saying through luck.
This whole season is rigged.
Yeah.
All the tests, all the challenges, it's so rigged.
I did enjoy it though.
Other seasons I feel like it wasn't rigged. But that's why I don't like this season. I feel it was too rigged.
I think
it's not my favorite season, but I like the season.
It had
potential. The plot of the season. I like it.
I did enjoy the girls. I think the guys, they just kind of did their thing. Alex failed. Everyone was supposed by Joey and everything. But I would admit, the girls pulled this episode out of the bag, especially with the Gabbie doing the impression, the girls eating the dumplings, Tana being Tana, twerking, Tana being Tana.
Yes! Yes!
I do love...
I just say...
Go for it.
At this point, I felt like I was starting to be like, okay, Gabbie, just stop. Stop.
I love the Emperor's lines, though. What was it? She's very good with her mouth. Just to row. Like, okay, Tana, but row, this cinnamon roll.
Yeah, that was kind of
I was expecting Tana to get to get it. I was like, oh, it's row. Oh god. Oh no.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, no.
I think the Emperor, I think this is probably one of my favourite episodes, and like the Emperor may not have been probably the best lieutenant, but he definitely, for what he did contribute, he had a great performance personally.
Yeah, it was funny. It's a funny episode.
Yeah, but I think the ending, we should talk about the ending of this episode, the final challenge, Alex versus Daystorm V2. Talk to me. We'll start with Tyler. Talk to me about that. What were your opinions?
I actually didn't watch the episode where they versed each other, but
You didn't watch the episode?
How do you?
I did watch this episode, but I didn't watch the episode from season 2.
This happened before, and of course Alex won the first time. So V2.
Alex won the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they sort of kind of sacrificed himself, but also it was like, this is for Lauren. I didn't really like that because I don't think he was wrong with the whole Lauren thing. I just didn't like his personality, but I didn't think he was wrong with the whole Lauren thing. So I didn't think it was right for him to like just come and be like, oh, this is for Lauren. I think he should have fought more.
That was
Even
a-
though I loved Alex and I loved that he won, but like
That
I
was
don't
out of
think
Yeah.
it was
nowhere.
fair that he won just by Daystorm being like, I kill myself. Like
Yeah. It was
I
out of...
like
kind of
that he
not
killed
a
himself.
Daystorm move. It's
Yeah.
not like that.
But like that hurt my heart. Like that action, like, oh, okay. But
Yeah.
I don't. It hurt my heart, but I think he should have put up a better fight because he would have won.
Yeah.
He
Probably.
would have won.
It was just so out of
I
character.
also like how
Mm.
I like how Ro was just like, can't we have like dancing or something or like not a chess challenge at my wedding?
But same. If you can like talk yourself out of it and do it, like he'll do the same.
Yeah.
Rose should have entertained with like I would have liked to seen like a second version of Scoop and Check.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Don't do die. Yeah, I that would have been great. Just bring up the path. Oh, season 2
Yeah.
was good for that. I think we needed more of that in season 4, to be honest with you. But I think season 4, like I think that episode 4 especially, it did give kind of like a hinkling to season 2 with some of the actions by the characters. But then we move on to episode 5, halfway through the season, The Dark Knight. What were you all thinking of this episode?
Oh,
I don't really like this episode because of the end, but like the whole episode in itself wasn't the best, in my opinion. I don't know why.
I was fangirling.
The Merlin thing, I loved it. I loved the Merlin, like, props
like
to
the-
him, love that.
Chalices, the wine.
All the chalices.
The chalices.
We've got to talk
Yeah.
about the chalices, though. Bretman saying, like our personalities and everything, when Gabbie and... But the best part about that scene isn't the fact that they got cursed. It was the fact they were like, well, I'm cursed, cheers, and they carried on drinking.
Yeah!
Like, oh, well, here
That-
we go.
Honestly,
Chug.
I would do the same.
Honestly, that isn't my
Like,
first. That isn't my first priority when I've just been like poisoned or cursed to carry on drinking what I've been poisoned by.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, it's delicious. I'm going to continue.
More curse.
More curse.
You're all gonna die, so like, just
They just start
continue
dying
drinking.
faster. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Let's just speed up the process a bit. And ironically, they do die at the end of the episode, what was really sad.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, I love the Merlin and everything. Who loved the having a little bit of Merlin nostalgia in the of the episode?
I love that he
I was
tried
so
to
happy.
kill the Black Knight with the Harry Potter spell. I laughed so hard with that. I was like, this is not Harry Potter. And he didn't even die. Like, that's not how it works. If you say that spell, you die. That's
I
the
felt like
thing.
this was a more comedic episode, but also at the same time super serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But of course, they go through kind of
Same with
talent. Oh, go.
episode 3, I also think was comedic.
Yeah.
Like those two were comedic episodes.
Yeah, I think it was nice, like, going through actual British history, because if anyone doesn't realise, I am British. So going through, like, the whole, like, legend with King Arthur and the sword in the stone, I loved it. It was kind of like, this is
Yeah.
my thing. Like, back up, this is mine.
Yeah.
And
I kind of do love that. Like,
Yeah.
I love that they brought this caliber and everything. I thought that was a good episode. Like, the theme, I just
Yeah.
didn't really enjoy the plot of the episode.
yeah, I think the plot was kind of meh. It kind of hit or miss. But I think the ending we should get into. The double death. That was the first
Ooh, I
double
have-
death?
Unfair.
Yeah,
I have
unfair.
some opinions.
I didn't like
about
either of
this.
them, but it was so unfair.
It was unfair, not for Gabbie, but for Tana.
Yeah,
We love
because
how
Tana
Gabbie
did
didn't even
Tana
fucking
did 2
try.
of her puzzles.
She
and
did-
Gabbie did none.
She
and
did her...
They both died.
Yeah, she did her puzzles, but yeah, still died. Unfair.
They should have all just went out and they would have all survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
was,
5 minutes was really not enough time. So it was like bound to happen, you know, it was gonna happen. And everyone went down and was like, no, we're gonna fight back. So everyone knew that they both gonna die. Like, that was totally scripted. Because there's no way they were like, oh, let's just go. Like,
they
out
didn't
of
do
a
it
whim.
before. It was out of character with you. But it was sad to see the double death and everything. I was satisfied when the Black Knight died, though. I was there like, bye now. Bye night, it was good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Also-
Oh, talk, Tyler.
This was the final episode that Mortimer did the voting thing. let's just say how bad he was at the voting.
I don't like Mortimer.
Bring back
I really
Calliope.
don't like Mortimer. Yes.
He held the cards
Yes.
upside down.
Calliope was where it's at.
Mortimer is so bad. He did nothing.
Yeah.
I also hate how Colleen was just all over Mortimer.
Yeah,
The
she's
whole
married the kid.
season.
Yeah.
But I do like her a lot now. Like somehow I got married and have a kid, and this time I've been dead.
Oh god, her bringing up a kid was just not needed. We will get into that when we get into the character rankings, honestly. That reflects. But anyway, we get into episode 6, so
Be careful what you wish for.
be careful what you wish
Oh.
on. Was it? No, it was Medusa.
Wait,
No,
It was Medusa
this is
first.
The Gorgon now.
The former SAE
Gorgon.
member,
Wait.
gone evil. I think I do love that episode because we see Matt and
That
Nikita. We get
Yeah, that was.
My baby.
I love that
Nikita
episode
should have
except
left
for the
and Matt
end.
should have stayed. What?
Oh,
Yeah,
we'll talk
same.
about that at the end. I think with like characters who I wish were switched out, I wish we never had Bretman and we got Manny instead, just for this episode, just to see his
Same.
reaction to Nikita.
Oh,
Oh,
I love Manny. That was also one more that should have been in this.
Yeah, Manny was great. A lot of people don't like Manny. I loved him. He was an icon.
I love him.
Bretman is a
I-
B-Tech
I-
Manny.
I feel like Manny as a person is fucking cool.
Yeah.
In ETN, he's even better.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
He had such a good dynamic about him.
Mm,
Him and Nikita.
yeah. I
Even
love.
on his own.
Yeah, I do
Yeah,
love the
the
beginning of the
dynamic.
episode though, when Matt and Ro like make that reunion. That was just.
Oh yeah, it's so cute.
It happened in season 3, episode 7, and it got to happen again. And I was just there like, aw, they're literally made for each other as friends. They're like brother and
Yeah.
sister, and it was like, aw.
They are though. They say that all the time. They're like
But-
siblings. It's so cute.
But when she sees the SAE patch, her face
Oh
goes into
my
this
God.
adorable death stare.
Yeah. She's like, did you
Like,
join a
did you
call?
join a call?
Did you join the call? Joey's cool. Oh, that death
Yeah.
stare killed me. She just looked, she had her arms crossed. It was like just this disappointed face, like, Matthew. You could just hear her, like, you can hear season 3, episode 1, Matthew. It was that kind of reaction that I kind of loved.
Yeah.
But,
It was also a very caring reaction because she's like, what did you get yourself into?
yeah.
Yeah. More of a like concerned parent. Like,
Yeah,
why did you do that?
What? No, what are you doing? But I think if we get into like later in the episode and everything, the episode's kind of dry a little bit. I mean, I did enjoy the fact that they didn't go after history with like Medusa, show a reflection, she turns to stone. I like the fact that they didn't follow history in this one. It kind of
Yeah.
made like an interesting twist. It made it better
Yeah.
in some way.
I also like they brought in the Minotaur.
Or the Minotaur. Oh no, here we go. Minotaur and Minotaur. I will say Minotaur, by the way, because British.
Are they the same thing or are they?
They are the same
different
thing. They are the same thing. Half
Okay.
man, half whatever beast is below.
Oh.
But let's talk about the different groups. So we have Matt and Nikita. Did you like the confrontation with the excess win where they're like, race you to the end? I love that.
Yes. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
That
Oh
little
god.
that little
love
snippet was
It's just friendly competition.
yeah,
Yeah.
where
I also
somebody's
like
gonna
Nikita's
die.
like, if you want to win, come with me. It just grabs Bretman and it's like, okay, come here.
Off we go.
And they did not win though. Like Matt finished first. Just saying.
Yeah, we'll get into this. But if we look at
God.
if we look at this, I think the groups that were split up were perfect because you had Matt, Ro, Coley. Perfect 3. And then you
That was
had
perfect.
it was perfect. And then you had the other group, so you had Nikita, Bretman, Alex and Joey. Again, perfect team, perfect personalities, the split was perfect. I
Yeah.
enjoyed looking at that. Which group do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about Matt or Nikita's group?
Nikita.
Okay.
Nikita.
Everyone getting
Just so I can
captured.
bash on Nikita.
Oh god. Everyone just kind of getting captured in that group. Firstly Alex, and then like there you go.
Yeah.
Bretman,
But it was
stupid ass
scripted that-
motherfucking bitch.
Yeah.
It was scripted though. Like each of them got to do one riddle. That was kind of scripted.
Yeah, good point. I mean, I love when Nikita was like, "Oh my god, Alex got captured. Let me just go in and fix this," and everything gets captured. And their little rivalry was quite cute as well. Like, Just sit
Them
down.
fighting was annoying. I was like, why are you fighting? You're both in the same team.
I'm trying to save you, and you're arguing with
Yeah.
me. What the hell are you doing? And then there was Bretman, who was interesting. Stupidly
Oh my
interesting.
God,
Great.
so
Great.
stupid.
Why? I was
So
like,
Grapes,
stupid.
grapes to
Would I
wine.
be drinking wine?
What is this supposed to mean? I think that group, they just pulled a Tana. That group just pulled a Tana. If I'm gonna say it, it was
that's
just
true.
dumb. I mean, Nikita did
I'm not
well.
gonna fail. I'm gonna go with a fuck.
What are you gonna say, Taylor? Ooh.
God.
But then I
Nikita makes me angry.
we will
Uncontrollably angry.
we'll probably get into it at the end of like this part of the kind of thing. But we'll go into the other group. So Matt's group, perfect group.
Perfect.
Yeah.
They kind of the joke and
Wait, no,
everything.
was it Joey with their group?
No.
Yeah, he was.
No, it wasn't.
Wait.
Joey was in the maze.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of a different. I'm thinking of
Yeah,
a
different
thing.
situation. But no, back to kind of Matt's group. I think perfect. Does anyone have opinions on this? Anything have any iconic moments from this? Anyone wants to bring up?
Just everything Matt does is like.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. I love that both him and Colleen are like married kids. So the kiss thing, they were like, nope, kiss on the cheek, nothing is happening.
I just imagine Steph behind the camera, just her arms cautiously watching.
What are you doing? Hello.
Little
like
baby.
They're like,
Um,
excuse you?
Go.
I like that one scene where like Matt asks the sorceress, "Are you the new Calliope?" And Ro comes in like, "Oh, this is the sorceress. She's kind of cool." And then Colleen comes in and says, "She killed people."
Everyone have a different opinions. Like, but she killed Joey, but she's nice. But she killed a lot of people, but she's
kinda
nice.
cool.
No one knows. Yeah.
These guys didn't know the power of the sorceress from season 2, though. So it
I
kind
do
of
love the sorceress though. For me,
Yeah.
she's the best lieutenant of all time. Like, I love
Oh, I'll give you that one. But of course, they do it, certain kissing and sword scenes. And then we get into the final challenge. Matt and Nikita and Alex, Colleen and Matt. Okay, guys, go for it. What are your opinions?
Oh,
Okay.
The voting scene was way better.
Yes, the voting team's a lot better.
it. Yeah.
Let's talk.
I love that Nikita had to fight for Alex even though she voted for him and
Yes.
she didn't like him.
That was like a Matt and Jay situation. Or Jay.
JC.
I don't know. JC. I
Yeah.
forget
Yeah.
people's names very easily. But I wanted to hit Coley, or not Coley. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But Nikita with a brick.
When
I
she.
love Nikita, but what she did for me was unforgivable. Like,
Yeah.
she was
That
like, I
was
need to win.
very-
She wasn't even gonna die. It wasn't
No.
even her, you know? Like, why'd she
Yeah.
do that? Like, she
No.
killed her again. Like, that was,
Well,
for me,
she wouldn't die, but she would get taken away from Bretman. I think that was one of the main reasons she did.
Is everyone on
no,
the.
she did that because she wants to win.
Yeah.
She literally said that. She's
And
like,
I
I need to
also-
win.
I
And I was like-
understand. I liked that she played dirty, but at the same time, I wanted to hit her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
I
you've
love
never
her,
really
but that
seen
was...
anyone else play dirty like that.
If I was Colleen,
That was a
I
very
would have
hard thing to
killed
do.
her in that.
Yeah.
Like, I would
Oh,
have
yeah.
destroyed hers, and I would have been,
Forget the
you
challenge.
back off.
Kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I can't. Colleen was like, "Oh no, why'd you do that?" I was like, "I would destroy her too." Like, what?
Any other opinions on this? Yeah.
Also, Colleen just stayed there to die. I would have run, and then Alex would have controlled the Minotaur, and then she could have lived.
Yeah.
Again.
Again.
No one tries to run.
No one. They kind of accept death again. Any other opinions on this kind of challenge?
Matt was robbed.
I don't really like the challenges that they can't really fight from themselves. Like, they have other people do the
Yeah.
things. I just think it's kind of like they can't prove themselves that
Yeah.
much.
Well, I think that ends episode 6. Moving on to episode 7. Kev, what you wish for?
I love this episode. I do love this episode.
Scheherazade. Scheherazade.
Her name. First of
Scheherazade.
all,
Yeah,
Her
Scheherazade.
name is so hard, and I had to memorize it because I thought it was one of the trivia questions. I definitely thought it was one.
So Scheherazade actually holds a close place in my heart because when I was in Key Stage 2 at school, I played Scheherazade, who is actually a storyteller and narrator. So when I came to doing this, I was like, oh, here we go. She's gonna be good, right? Nope, she's bad. Great.
This was my favorite exhibit out of all of them.
Was this your favorite? Explain what's your favorite.
I don't know. It was different from the others. It was very mystical. And it also had the vagina exhibit too. So
I don't think I'm ever gonna forget how Nikita went down into that tunnel and Bretman's behind trying to censor her.
Yeah, it was censored.
You can just see him like, oh,
I'm too gay for this. Like, no. Oh, poor Bretman. And of course they meet the genie.
Like, oh,
yeah, they meet the
my
good.
favorite exhibit.
Yes. I think
The vagina exhibit.
Oh, yes. I think if we skip the kind of part with the genie and they kind of get to the land, Bretman having to be straight was quite funny.
Oh my god. It was like, I don't play for that team. I can't do this. I was like, it's a play. Like, just do it. And he was
Joey-
like, I can't.
They're all just like, come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
I was
Nikita was like, Bretman playing straight, we're gonna die.
No. I'm surprised Joey didn't go, I could do it so you can. I'm just surprised.
Yeah.
Wasn't a comment from straight Joey.
Joey's already had to play straight for like, what, 2 seasons?
It was one instance in season 3 that he was straight for sure. But yeah,
In season what? Season 1?
it was, yeah. I think so, yeah. there was a certain comment.
The mannequin.
Oh, yes, he had to do the menage a trois.
Oh, don't even.
Anyway, this is season 4, not season 1. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyways, so the groups split up and everything. You have kind of different groups. I think we should talk about Nikita and Bretman. I mean, their characters kind of work perfectly out together, and their many innuendos were incredible.
The comments are so funny. I can't.
Just swallow, you can do it. Oh, God.
Like,
Oh god.
it's too hot. Don't spit now. You've never spit a day in your life.
There was another comment, we've got to say this in episode 3, where they were like, okay, who's the bottom? And then there was Bretman there like, I'm always the bottom. I forgot about that.
I love that. I love
There was a cute moment between Matt and no, not Matt, Joey and Ro though. That was cute. I don't trust her with any weapons though. She had that bamboo cane and everything, and she was just there like, come at me. No.
like, oh, she gonna kill me.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna kill someone with those. But that was, I think I love Ro and everything. I believe they're kind of like friendship, like Joe and kind of Ro. Oh god, Joey and Ro. It kind of like showed off in that kind of like scene and everything where they had to try and solve like a murder where it happened, like a Cluedo sort of thing. Is there anything else in episode 7 that people want to talk about? Tyler, this is your favourite episode. This is where you should shine with your favourite knowledge.
Well, my favorite episode is actually episode 4. This was my favorite exhibit.
Oh, the favourite exhibit. Talk about like the ending and everything, the final kind of like challenge.
Oh, the ending? Okay, so the ending, the sorceress pulls out Bretman and Alex, and then Joey steps in, but the way Nikita pulled Joey to the side and doesn't vote for him as the best,
yeah,
that was kind of scary.
I love that like both Rosanna and Alex were like, oh, he did a lot for me, so I'm gonna vote for him. But Bretman's story was better, so that was kind of like a loyalty thing, not more of a like which one was better. It was more like Nikita likes Bretman and Rosanna and Alex prefer Joey, so it was more of that.
Yeah.
You think you know a bitch.
That was good. And what was everyone thinking when we heard revival? Second revival. Oh.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? Explain why you didn't like it.
Fucking mad.
I think it was just too late into the season to a revival. I wish it was like much earlier so that we could have had like a different outcome, because this outcome was kind of like predicted.
Yeah, I think everyone knew it was like, oh, Joey's gonna vote Colleen. So
yeah, but also it was good. I really like Colleen. I think she helped a lot. I don't think her death was like fair. So I like that it was after episode 6, so that they could bring her back.
Yeah. Well, moving
Oh
on.
no, I fucking hate Colleen.
Moving on to
Fucking
episode
hate
8, when we see Colleen come back. Some pirates. What were you all thinking of pirates then?
it. Hot. The girl was hot.
Oh god, if you're
I
not...
literally thought they were getting married.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. The
what?
rings. I've got to admit, when Ro got her hand trapped in the wall, it was so funny. They
Yeah.
played tug of war with her body. It was... That was fun to watch.
It was.
Oh...
Like, you're gonna snap her neck. You're gonna snap something.
There was, if we go back a little bit when they saw Colleen, I love when Bretman just pushed Joey forward. This is yours,
Yeah,
Joey.
they were like, who's the leader? And then everyone like pushes Joey and was like, go.
Yep. That kind of just sums up the fact that how much we wanted Joey to go at this point.
The fact that they spit so many times,
Oh,
kind of disgusting. You
God.
can see Joe spit. That was disgusting.
No.
Ew.
No.
Alex's face.
Germaphobes. Oh, no. No, so when they spat, I was there like, nah, I don't want to watch this anymore. But of course, I think the Pirates episode was great and everything. I honestly didn't like the Pirates because they were dumb.
They were annoying.
And they were annoying, yeah. Do you know the boat scene where the pirates are chasing after Bretman, Joey?
Yeah,
That was-
that was kind of dumb. They
So
didn't
weak.
catch him.
Yeah, that was weak. They were literally
Does that
throwing...
give any?
Go.
Oh.
Go for it.
Does that give anyone else Captain Hook and like Smee vibe?
Oh.
Yeah,
It
like
was...
how
dumb,
dumb they were.
dumb pirates.
Yeah.
They were
They
just...
got a bucket and was
But
throwing
honestly,
water at them.
It was so funny though.
These guys are supposed to have swords and pistols, but they're using water. What are you thinking?
That was
I didn't
Okay,
also...
here's the thing.
I also didn't like the...
Bretman being
Yeah.
stupid was everything.
I didn't like the fact that the girls got immunity in this episode. It was the second time that girls basically got immunity. Because if you think about episode 4, I didn't like it. Didn't like the guys competing against each other, and I guess I like Alex, so I didn't like seeing him die, particularly in the
Yeah,
final
same.
challenge.
I like all the boys. I liked all the boys that was there. So I like everyone that was there. So I was like, I don't want anyone to die. But then I was kind of rooting. Like, I wanted Bretman to win because he was like the most feminine and would prove a lot. But then also, like, I didn't want Alex to lose. It was just kind of a mess. I didn't want anyone
Yeah.
to lose. So it was sad.
Anyone
Okay,
else?
here's the thing. I kept thinking during that, oh, he's getting Daystorm death. He's getting Daystorm death,
Yeah.
which
They
is
thought
kind of
that.
ironic.
Anyone else
That's
have any
cool.
comments on episode 8, sorry?
I like when they got backed over the head. That was fun.
Oh, it's good. Go for it, Tyler.
I hate when they found the gold and they were just jumping like, yay, like, get it and run. They were like, you have the key. Like, they were just asking for it.
Yeah. They were milking it. You got any last comments, Tyler?
I think this is my favorite challenge out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but like something about it. Like
There was a lot of skills. that you had
Yeah.
to do, like,
I guess
I guess it was a good one.
I think no one was like at an advantage in that challenge. I think that's why I could probably
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
It was a fair challenge, to be honest with you. Saying that, episode 9. Ooh, this episode. Dinosaurs.
I hate this episode so much.
I did not like this episode.
I hate this episode.
It's like my least favorite episode.
Yeah,
I hate it so much.
there's one word in this. Dinosaurs. No.
Like, why? Joey didn't like the dinosaurs either. Like, no one liked the dinosaurs.
I don't particularly want to go into too much detail with this episode. I really want to skip past this one, but we need to talk about it. So, quick
Little
stuff.
being Chris Pratt.
Oh my god. Let's just talk about the only good thing. Daniel as the caveman.
Okay.
That was good. That was good.
I never knew that actually.
I know.
Like, I found out, like,
What?
even
Daniel
watching
was
the
the
episode,
caveman?
I couldn't figure it out.
Daniel Preda was the caveman.
Yeah,
No, it's new.
that makes,
Oh.
like, even watching, like, I just watched that episode and I was like, you can never see that him, like, that he played it very, like,
Yeah.
very well, like, just
Like you couldn't
amazing.
No. That was good. That was good acting on his behalf. And to skip past this episode pretty much, Ro ends up dying in a soup pot. A muddy soup.
That was so sad.
I guess the death was sad, but I couldn't stop
But
laughing.
it was fair.
But it was
She
fair.
didn't do much. That
could-
episode, she didn't
Yeah.
like. She in the final challenge, she didn't do much. Like she was just like trying to be friendly with the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
I was
no.
like, girl,
She
do
was she was teasing them by throwing boots at them, and like her
Yeah.
comments. It just, I don't even want to talk about it. It was a bad episode. Let's move on to episode 10 because
Yeah.
that's got a bit more flavour to it. So we find out the sorceress is evil. Ta-da!
Saw that coming since the first damn episode.
Yeah.
What was
But at
it?
least she helped them.
Yeah. What is everyone thinking about the sorceress being evil?
Everyone knew because there was like side notes. Then she was talking to more and more. She talked to the blue lady. She talked to a lot of people like, we can rule this together. And I was
Can
like,
we
are you
just,
gonna
like,
turn
Catholic
against
arts
everyone?
too.
talk
Yeah.
about the lesbianism in that episode?
Oh god, I was living for it, I'm not gonna lie to you. But back to episode 10.
Can this be a thing?
I think the collector was let down this season because of that simple fact that it would just end up being a battle between her and the sorceress. Meant bloody nothing really with the collector. And I did.
She was kind of annoying.
Yeah, good point. I did like seeing the older lieutenants though, but just like season 2, they were dumb again.
Yeah.
It happened in season 1.
All the seasons they're done.
No, not
They're literally all
not
done.
season 3 because they didn't do it in season 3 because you had the
Oh yeah, season 3
'cause you had
was the
zombies. But season 1, 2,
I
and
hate
4,
zombies. That would
yeah, season 1, 2, and 4 saw the same pattern. All the lieutenants become dumb. The carnival master, a smart guy, became dumb. Yeah, oh god, just no, just. I do. The only part that I loved was when Colleen got captured and the carnival master came out of character. Do you ever shut up? But anyone else have like comments on episode 10? I mean, we'll get to the ending because that's more interesting. But anyone else have any comments on episode 10? Really?
Collector sucks ass.
Yeah. Go for it.
It doesn't even do
I like this
anything.
episode, but I don't know. It's just like no one died.
Yeah.
And it was just like okay. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Well, we'll get to the ending, the finale. Joey, evil Joey, everybody. Who knew that he was evil?
All of us. We all knew.
Who didn't know he was?
The fact that he turned around and went to the Pandora's box kind of just summed up his character in these 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Well,
This motherfucking ass bag.
go for
The ending was kind of lame also because like
yeah.
Cosmic Sphere, it wasn't even anything.
It was
They
not.
didn't even use full potential. Like
Yeah, they could have used more with Cosmic Sphere. It was just like, oh, ta-da, you can go home now. Oh, now Joey's
Also-
evil? Yep, go.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, all they did with the Cosmic Sphere is push it forward, and then a portal just magically appeared right in front of them. Like,
Yeah,
isn't it
Yeah,
supposed
I expected
All-
more.
all the other
Like-
ones.
I feel like-
Yeah, go.
I feel like they could have used that jar more. They could have had everyone show up and escape with them. The
Maybe.
jar could have been.
I think
The jar could have been more useful.
I think probably.
Imagine if
Oh,
like
go.
it's, they broke the jar with the souls
Yes.
and everyone just came back and they left. That would have been amazing. Like everyone, the rest that didn't die, like everyone from season 1, everyone from season 2. That would have been like a good plot twist.
Right, so we're moving on to the next section, and it is our personal character ranks. This is the time where we all get to argue who is our least and favourite characters. So,
Alright.
everyone, oh, I'm using the wrong sheet. Everyone, give me your number 10s, one by one. Who's your least favourite people?
Tim.
Tim,
Mine's Daystorm.
got
I just don't
Daystorm,
like him.
and
I'm glad
Colleen.
Tris is not here, or else she would kill me. So
yeah, Tristan. But yeah, I agree with you, Tyler. I've got Tim as number 10, and I've got Colleen by Charlie. I know why you want to choose Daystorm. Tyler, tell me why you choose Tim.
I didn't see him much. He was just there.
He was just there.
I
Yeah, I can agree with that. And Charlie, what was your reasoning behind Colleen?
Oh, time to go on a rant. Alright,
I know.
first of all, Holly does not deserve to be at all. She's an asshole. She is not good at ETN. She's a blatant asshole. She didn't deserve to come back in All-Stars. And, she did stuff, but it wasn't really contributed. All she did was gun for. and I don't think she deserved anything. She did not deserve anything. I hate her with a burning passion.
Wow.
Well, okay. I like Colleen. Like, she's one of my favorites. Like, I really do like her.
Yeah, I do like Colleen. So
she does a lot. Like, she's a smart person. She can be annoying sometimes, but all of them are kind of annoying all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, for me, she's a good person.
I would dispute she did have contribution in season 4. Personally for me with him, as Tyler said, didn't see him much, and he just didn't contribute much. He did basically nothing in his 3 episodes. He had a chance, and he basically blew it, honestly. He shouldn't have been in season 4, to be honest with you. I would have placed him with somebody else who was probably going to be more contributive. Like, I don't know, I'd love to see Matt Hag, Nate Shot. That would have been good.
I know why they put him in season 4, because he did a lot in season 1, and like his death was kind of sad, but then he didn't prove himself enough in season 4.
Yeah, I think go. Go on then. What is everyone number 9's?
Gabbie.
Gabbie too.
What? Okay, I need to hear some more. Charlie, what's yours?
Yeah, I need answers. I need answers now.
Charlie, what's your number 9? Sorry.
Joey.
Oh, actually, I need answers for that as well. I've got Justine. All right, Gabbie.
Wait, what? Wait. Oh my God! I just realized
Gabbie
I numbered something.
Oh God, what is your actual number 9 then?
I didn't put a number 10. My number 9 was Colleen.
Oh God.
Colleen is my last.
Well, congratulations to you.
Who did I forget? We'll figure it out as we go.
All right, I want to hear why you guys have put Gabbie as number 9. Come on.
Same thing as Tim. She was just there.
No, I don't like Gabbie at all. Like, she's just. I like Gabbie the person, like on YouTube, the YouTuber, the person. I don't like Gabbie ATN. Like, she's just too like annoyingly competitive that she only thinks about herself. She doesn't like do much. Like, I don't know. Like, she's kind of intelligent, but she doesn't prove herself a lot. She's just like, oh, if you die, I'm fine with it, but I don't want to die. Like, that's not the mentality you have in this type of thing, you know? She kind of annoys me a lot, and her death in season 2 was like amazing. So I loved it. So like this season, it was kind of also too, because she didn't do a lot. She didn't do a lot. In her death in this season, Tana did 2 puzzles. She did absolutely nothing. So like, I'm okay with her being 9. I just don't like her at all.
I had her a bit higher. Jesus, she was an icon, and you're now just attacking her.
She's funny, but she's like Daystorm. They're both icons, but they're not good people. So they're both in my least.
We've definitely done
she just had a more human reaction. Like, that's how an actual human would respond.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to die. Fuck you.
Yeah, but she like openly says that.
Wow.
If I were there, I would be more like Ro. I would be more like support everyone and try to like help people. Obviously, I would like to help myself first, but like I would think about other people. She did not think about anyone else. So
You
She's
do.
talking about Daystorm.
Have you fixed your list now?
Only if it comes to her and Daystorm, she would not blink. So
Have you fixed your list now, Charlie?
Wait, what?
Have you fixed your list?
No, I don't know who I'm missing.
Oh God. All right, my number 9 is
I have
Justine.
9. I don't have 10.
You haven't
yeah,
9.
Justine didn't do much, but
Yeah.
I like her, so
I
couldn't
didn't.
put her down.
If I'd seen more of her, probably would have ranked her higher. But besides
In
that,
season 2, she was annoying, but season 4, like, she did a lot in episode 1, and episode 2, she didn't do that much because she got 2 things wrong, but
yeah,
it still was more helpful than a lot of other people, so.
she was a flat character. Right, we need to help out Charlie here. All right, here's the characters that you need: Tim, Joey, Bretman, Ro, Colleen, Justine, Gabbie, Alex, and Tana.
In the
Oh
storm.
my God, I forgot.
Oh,
Alex.
there's Storm. Whoops. Oh, you've got Alex.
Forgot.
Right.
You forgot.
Okay.
Out of everyone, forgot Alex.
It's alright. Tris forgot somebody in season 2, and she had to put Tana as 3rd, and she didn't like Tana in season 2. Right.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna fix this. Give me a second.
Give you a second. Give you a second. Wow. We all keep forgetting characters. This is incredible.
I did.
I'm just dumb.
I'm kind of Violet, your explanation for why Gabbie is 9 is quite flat. Come on, you need to persuade me that Gabbie should react where she is. Why?
Because she's a monster.
Agreed.
Okay, you have me convinced.
Nah.
That would been better. It would have been better if you tried to auto tune it so it went monster. Oh God. Fix your list now, Charlie.
Yeah.
Who's your number 9?
My number 9 is Joey.
Okay, speak to Miss Joey. Why?
He's a blatant asset that doesn't care anything or about.
He kills all his friends.
Good point. He does
He's
kill.
literally
Period.
knowingly killing everyone.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Good point.
Yeah.
He
Good
even
point.
comments like, "Oh, at this point this was harder, but now I don't care anymore." Like, what the fuck, Joey? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
Off, you motherfucking asset.
I get that. Right. Move on to our number 8. Who have we all got?
Justine.
Justine.
I got
Justine.
Tana.
You got Tana. Ooh, I want to hear.
I
about
don't
that.
like Tana.
I want to
Tana
hear.
at all. In real life, in ATN, I don't like Tana, period.
What you got, Charlie?
So-
For number 8.
You wouldn't like her as a person either.
Wow. Number
Damn.
8. What have you got?
Justine.
Justine, and I have Bretman.
Oh.
What?
Okay, who's going first?
You.
Okay. Okay, here's why Bretman is ranked so, low. He is not an all-star. It ruins it for
He
me.
did so much.
I don't
I
care
think-
how much
I
he
don't think that's a good reason
No.
for him to be that low.
Honest,
Just
I
because
have
he's
more
not an all-star.
reasoning. I have more reasoning. He is a B-Tech Manny, firstly. He's not an all-star. He gets very annoying and whiny. He may be iconic and everything, but he just gets whiny. It's kind of just one of these characters that I just can't, it reminds me a bit of a Daystorm. He's just one of these unlikable characters. And a lot of people do like him, but I honestly just hate him. And as he got through the show and everything, the jokes were great, but his characters became a bit too wishy-washy for me. And by the end of it, him surviving,
Now I need to change one of my answers.
it was already predicted, he was gonna survive. As soon as he came in, everyone knew he was gonna survive. And it's kind of like Colleen as well. So I was kind of there and he did contribute a lot. I'll give everyone he contributed, but besides that, meh. For me, meh. That's why he's low on my
I
list.
need to alter my list a little bit.
Justine's. Why you got Justine where she is?
Same thing. She was just there.
Yeah, I
I
kind of
feel
agree.
like she didn't deserve there either. Her death was okay. Yeah, it was fighting for herself, but all she did was plain and gone.
Yeah.
I think she only was there because
And
she's
she also
a
didn't
longtime friend of Joey's.
Contribute. Yes, she didn't contribute a lot either
Yeah,
in any season she
No.
was in.
I could agree.
She's just kind of the dumb blonde they have.
Yeah, that makes sense. We need to fight here with the Tana hater in the chat. Come on, talk to me.
Okay, look, she literally, second episode, I don't know, she found a nunk. Okay, that's all she did. The second episode, she did, not that much. Was she in the urn thing? I don't even remember what she did. That's, she didn't do much for me. And then,
The only thing she did was a
she
stick.
could read backwards. Okay, I can read backwards too, so that doesn't make sense. I don't like her. She's not a good person. So I can't, my bottom 3 are 3 people that I don't think are good people.
Yeah.
That's for me. It's not how they participated. It's more from they're not good people. That's
Yeah.
how I see it.
That's why Bretman's there, by the way. I just don't like him firstly for that. All-Star didn't help. Is anyone getting even more
I
comments?
feel like
Go
I'm
on.
gonna quote
Bretman's
Bretman.
like Nikita.
She would be
You either
good if
like
she
him
shut
or you
up.
don't.
Yeah, I just don't
Kinda
like.
hard.
She would
Right.
be good if she shut up.
Yeah. Right. Number 7's everybody.
The storm, yeah.
All day storms. What you got, Julie?
Justine.
And I have Joey. I have Joey now, right? Right, the storms. You're both together. Speak to me.
I liked his character. I don't like him as a person. He was kind of an ass bag, but I liked his character and I liked how he played it. He played the villain in each season, and he's not as worse as the other.
Yeah. What about you?
Not gonna lie, I like that they put it like a villain in the middle of the survivors thing, but like I can't like villains. Not that way. Like
Yeah.
not the way that he
I'm a
does.
villain simp. I love villains. It's a problem.
The only villain I like is the sorceress.
Alright. Yeah, but she did a lot
Ooh.
of things.
Yeah.
Who else we got? Who else was different? So we had the Daystorms.
Yeah, I had just seen, but like just because she didn't do much, we all have reasons for not putting her there.
Why were you choosing the Storm, Tyler? I believe it was Daystorm.
I just didn't vibe with him. He was, evil.
Yeah, the fact that you
Didn't like.
the fact that
Annoying.
good point. Yeah, the fact that you use the word vibe kind of just sums it up. I don't vibe.
He's a vibe.
He's a vibe. Right.
Anyways.
Moving on down to number 6, people. Go off. Ooh.
Rosanna.
Ooh. The community
That's
officially hates you.
That's a sensitive topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. Who else we got on this list?
I got Tim.
Tim?
I have Alex.
Ooh.
Another sensitive.
Oh, we're gonna have a lovely argument about this one. And I have Gabbie. Right. I wanna clear Ro off first. Go on. Talk.
Excuse you.
Tyler, I can hate you for this, so just be careful, okay? Just don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna scream at him first.
His silence is kind of like fear. Go on, talk to us, Ro.
She needs to go into a death challenge.
That's true, though. She didn't
true.
go in any. The only one she went, she died. That's true.
It's like the other
I agree with
characters.
that.
Yeah.
But that also proves that people like her. Like, people think she's important because she's emotional, supportive to everyone. I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah.
But she's kind of like me. I would be like that.
I can't,
That's
as much. I mean, yes, I agree that Rose should have died earlier in season 4. I'm sorry to the community. But still, like, she's an icon when she's alive. She's this, like, cute little cinnamon roll. I can't rank her that
Without her,
low.
it's just like. Without her, it's just like Joey,
Yeah.
Bretman, and Colleen.
Oh.
It's like, I like all of them, but also, like, they can't survive without Rose. She's like the cutest thing.
Tyler,
Like,
I swear.
I can't hate her.
You've broken me, Tyler. I can't believe you've done this.
Yeah. I love her in real life too. Like,
Yeah.
I cannot.
She's great. Right, second controversial one. Why Alex?
Oh, God. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We know you don't like Alex, but I love Alex. I can't.
Come on,
Okay.
speak.
I feel like he wasn't the best. Sure, he did a lot, and he stepped up multiple times, but he was also very, I don't know, is self-absorbed the right word?
Yeah.
He was
The
kind
whole
of
part
just
where he was,
there.
like, bad, I was like, that's not you,
Quote
honey. Like, just stop.
quote unquote bad. He wasn't bad. He just wanted
he was
a
never
powerful
bad.
ally.
Yeah.
He just wanted somebody to make him feel powerful, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Somebody that
That's
he
right.
couldn't touch him.
Yeah, I can get
He
that.
wanted an ally that was, like, based on because he didn't want to have the whole Lauren thing again. Like, I understand why he did that, but the way he did it was not the right thing. He should have just,
The way
like,
he went
been,
about
like,
it
truce.
was bad.
Mm.
Yeah, he should have been, like, truce. Like, let's have a truce. But, like, it was like, no, I want to be bad, too.
Yeah.
That's not.
Right.
You could just be sitting this on the side, and oh my god, this cinnamon roll is not.
Talk to us about Tim.
Oh, I liked him. Like, I liked him in season 1. Season 4, he did not do much, so that's probably why he's 6 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But he still was, like, a good player. He did stuff. He was nice to everybody. He didn't have the enemy or anything. So,
Right.
he was
Yeah.
kind of in the middle. That's why he's in the middle.
He's in the middle. And I had Gabbie again. Good character. I wouldn't put her as high as somebody butter, but I like Gabbie and everything. She was good, but I think she didn't do much. She was an icon, but kind of an unlikable icon. When she died, she kind of deserved a death. And she couldn't do the puzzles that were quite easy.
Yeah,
She didn't deserve to survive.
I can feel your eyes staring at me through the monitor.
Yeah, I can hear that. Right, everybody, what are your number 5s?
I thought we were number
Yeah.
4. But...
We're on number 5.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I forgot my characters. Hold on.
You forgot
Why
one of
are
the
you guys
characters as well?
forgetting?
Oh no!
I don't have a list. I just forgot the characters I didn't use.
Okay, we gotta go through the list again. So,
Alright.
we have.
Hold on, I'm good.
Alright, we're good. So, who is your number 5? Ooh.
Joey.
Joey.
Same.
Okay.
Mine
Oh,
is
you got
Joey
Joey.
too.
Charlie.
Tana.
Tana, and I have Daystorm. Okay, talk to us, Joey Stans.
He was just middle class. I mean, he did good. He did...
Well done.
He's a bad, also a bad character because, you know, he killed everybody. He prefers saving himself and kill everybody, but he still did a lot. He was really good at puzzles. He is really good at puzzles. So he has, like, good things and bad things. You had a lot of... He's just the main character, so, like, you can't put him down the list, but you can't put him up the list, so I just put him in the middle.
Middle class, incredible.
He is middle class.
Charlie, talk to us.
Middle class.
Talk-
Okay, for Tana?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like she's an iconic character, and when she does help, she helps. It's not just a one-off.
Yeah, but she does not help
she
that
goes
much.
full.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
when she helps, she helps
She's
a
not
lot.
my favorite,
But when she
she's
does not help, she does not help
personal.
like at all.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think she's just too iconic to put a little love. I think, like, she's Hannah Mojo. She's the iconic. Fucking. All the jokes she makes are just fucking. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, my bottom 3 are really like iconic people, but I don't really care that they're iconic. Like, I just care that they are good team players, and the 3 of them are not that good team players. So
Yeah.
that's like,
Moving on to number 4. Who have we all got?
oh god.
Alex.
You got Alex.
Okay.
Alright.
I
Charlie.
have Colleen.
Oh, Colleen. Yep. Charlie.
Tim.
You got Tim. Tim that much. Alright. And I've got Colleen as well. So, I want to hear about this Tim being 4th place, even though he survived 3 episodes. Talk to me.
I don't know. I feel like he doesn't give me a good opinion or a controversial opinion. I think he's just there, and I don't know. I think I'm playing off more. I liked his character from earlier seasons, and he kind of carried some of that,
Onto us.
but not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. Tyler, talk to me.
Oh, well, Alex? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have put him up higher if I would have seen more of his season 2 attitude, but it was just drier this season. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to put this.
Yeah, I get that, him being a dry character.
He didn't do as well as season 2. Like, that's
Yeah.
period.
You can't beat season 2. Right. Who's going first out of the Colleen fans here?
Okay, I can say why.
Go for it.
I mean, that's what I said earlier. Like, she can be kind of annoying, and I understand why sometimes people don't like her. Like, the whole "I hate Joey" was kind of annoying because everyone knows that who hates Joey dies, so she should not.
Yeah.
So like, she kept saying like everyone put me in a box of spikes. Like, we get it. She said that like 10 times, so I understand also why people don't like her. But
Yeah.
she's a good team player. She does a lot. Like, she does a lot of the puzzles. She is smart. She's just quick. Also, she just got captured once in the last episode. So I think for me, she's a really good team player. That's the main thing for
Yeah.
me.
I think I agree with that reasoning for Colleen. I mean, she's on the higher end of the list because she did make it to the end as a good survivor. She did contribute a lot to the group and had like a great personality. She wasn't like a bland character. I know in the past we've had like
Yeah.
people who just don't have a personality that contribute. Examples that's Sophia season 3, but I won't get into that. She had a personality and it was infectious. And watching her kind of change her attitude in season 4, kind of not attacking Joey, was great. The reason why she's not ranked higher is simply down to the fact that she kept mentioning, of course, the Maiden of Madness, and the fact that she mentioned that she had a child. That ruined it. It ruined the storyline, personally. Like, oh, I've got a child now. Like, it wasn't needed.
No. Yeah, the time for me that was kind of annoying. It was like someone was gonna vote for her, and she's like, "Oh, I have a kid. I can't die." I
Yeah.
was like, that doesn't matter here. Like, this is Kate and I, not like
Like,
family.
it's not canonical
1940.
either.
Yeah. Right,
I
people.
think that's an,
Oh, go for number 3.
I think that's another reason why I had her so
Yeah,
3.
number 3s.
Y'all are gonna attack me.
Oh,
Tana.
You got
No.
Tana. You got Tana?
Tana?
No.
I have Tana.
Okay.
Gabbie.
You got Gab. Alright, what you got there, Julie?
I have Alex.
You have Alex, and I have Ro. We got
Really?
different. Yeah, who's going first? I'll go first.
Come at me.
I guess I love Ro. As I said, somebody ranked her way too low and everything. She does contribute a lot to the kind of series and everything. She is this cinnamon roll. We kind of all fall in love with her from season 3, and she brought the same character into season 4. She did prove a lot of people wrong and everything. I mean, the good one was...
She's a team player.
Yes, she's a team player.
That's important.
She is probably one of the least problematic. As I said, she's one of the only people that can go and have a proper friendship with Daystorm. I mean, Gabbie and Daystorm's in season 2, kind of a bit iffy, but her and Daystorm, two people you wouldn't think would mix, able to mix, and it's all to do with Rose's character. She contributed a lot.
Yeah.
She got stuck in when she could. It was sad that she died at the dinosaurs and everything, and I do believe that she should have died beforehand, but that does not rank her lower for her personality and what she put into the season, personally, and that's why I've got her at 3.
Yeah, same. Like, I love Ro with all my heart, but like, and she did a lot of things. In the episode 1, the dinosaur, she stuck her hand in the thing. Like, she did a lot of stuff. Like, she put her name in episode 7. She put her own name in the thing so they could keep asking the spirit some questions. So like, she did do a lot for the team.
Yeah. Who's next? Who had something different? Who wants to go with their character? Tana. Actually, I want to talk about Tana. I think
Oh,
I like it. Yeah, talk to Tana.
Tana, she had a huge glow up from season 2. She was,
You said she was ugly?
no, she had like a huge glow up from season 2. I loved her character in season 4. She was less, pissy.
Yeah, I can see that. Any other reason with Tana and everything, her effort in the season?
Completing challenges. I mean, she found the blue post-it note last season, but she went backwards this
Yeah.
season.
I love that.
No one brought up that in the season 2 podcast about her finding a post-it note in season 2. Damn it. Well done for bringing that up. But yeah, she is. I do agree with you. Basically, she does deserve being ranked higher this season. Who's next?
Oh,
What?
okay. I have Alex for 3, right?
Yep.
I have Alex, and I mean, I love Alex. Like, I love more in season 2, like everybody else, but he still did a lot. Like, he went to so many challenges. Like, he survived most of them. Like, he was just a good team player, except for the part where he was enemy.
Yeah.
But like, he just did a lot, and I love Alex, so I can't put him down the list.
Yeah. Finally, Charlie, talk to us.
Alright, Gabbie. I
Oh,
feel
Gabbie.
I can feel the disappointment Wait,
Yeah.
You just heard Julie just give a disappointed glance. Go on, speak.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like not just because of the reason that she is one of the most, for me, iconic characters, but also the fact that she was more of a team player when it came to, and she did contribute a lot.
Yeah.
She's smart. She just acts like a dumbass.
Yeah. I can see that. I get that. Is
She's
that
not
it?
dumb.
Yeah.
She's smart. I know that, but like she's just not a good person.
I can attest to that. What are our number twos?
Colleen.
Colleen?
Colleen, okay. This part was hard for me because my number 1 and 2 are so like equal. It was so hard to pick who was in which.
Yeah.
But my number 2 is Rosanna.
Okay, Charlie?
Bretman,
and I have Tana. Who wants to go first?
I have one reason of picking Bretman.
Okay, choose
He's
it.
just iconic, but he doesn't deserve to be. He's iconic, that's why.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, cool. I can see to that. Who said Ro?
Me.
Talk to us about Ro.
So like, I love Ro. Like I said this the whole podcast. Like I love Ro. She's just the cutest thing. She's a good person. She's a good team player. She's smart. She can do stuff. People just underestimate her, and then like people didn't put her in the voting thing. That's not her fault. She did things, you know. And she was like, she was nice to everybody. That's why no one voted for her. And then in the end, everybody was like, she never went to the thing. And I was like, that's not her fault, you know. Like she didn't choose like, oh no, I'm not going. People just didn't vote for her for a reason.
Yeah. Tyler, talk to us.
Colleen. So, I loved how she played, like, I love how she played into her character, like, as the Duchess. She complained a lot about her previous death, but I liked that because it, you know, put a target on her back, kinda.
That's a turn off. But I fucking hate it.
Yeah, I can't with Colleen and everything. I mean, as I said, she's ranked high and everything, but she's just got one of these personalities that I love her character, but I don't know why you put her at 2, honestly.
And she was really helpful.
She did a lot.
I will give you the fact that she did a lot, actually. Yeah. I can see why you have her at 2, but yeah, she's one of those characters for me. She's one of those middle class. Middle class. I'm using this word against you. Yeah. Anyway, alright.
We're just gonna, the whole podcast, middle class.
Middle class is coming up. My number 2 was Tana. I know I've got somebody glaring at me. Tyler put it perfectly. She had a glow up from season 2. Season 2, she was dumb blonde. I 100% give it to you. Actually, I have my results here. I gave her 9th place on my season 2 podcast for her efforts because she played dumb blonde.
Season 2, she just she just like had her own dress, like the thing, like she was just like really like the dumb blonde. It was like feminine. It was like I'm gonna flirt with everybody. That was just not that good. Season 4 was way better.
Yeah, season 4 was way better. She was a lot more helpful to the group. Yes, everybody can read backwards, but no one else could in that group. She stepped up when she needed to step up. She found things, she did things, and honestly, her effort was great. She managed to complete her puzzles.
That's what annoyed me. Yeah, because no one like said that when she was going to the final challenge. No one was like, "Oh, she helped a lot because she did." Like, no one defended her. Yeah, and that felt kind of sad.
She proved herself. She won, but technically she won both the challenges. She won against Justine, and she basically beat Gabbie.
I also think that the vote thing was rigged because a lot of people voted for Joey, and still the 2 girls who got cursed went in. Yeah, and I think if it wasn't. Like, if it was just, like, to the cards to choose, it would have been Joey.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Tyler?
I didn't
Oh, you weren't gonna say
I don't-
anything. That's alright. Well, that means we're on to our number ones. Who's everyone got?
Bretman.
Charlie,
Bro.
Ro, and
Yeah.
I have Alex.
Yeah, that's why it was so hard for me to between Bretman
Yeah.
and Ro. Like, Ro is my favorite out of all seasons, like, all of them.
Yeah.
But, like, and Matt, like, they're both, like, tied. But Bretman was so good this season. Like, this season alone. He was, like, really iconic. I love every single thing he said. I laughed, and that made me, like, love him. Like, I can't. He was a good pirate. In the dinosaur episode, he, like, ran miles, and Colleen didn't do anything. And he found, like, they had to find, like, 8 bones. He found, like, 5, and Colleen found 3. Like, he did a lot. He did a lot the whole season.
Is anyone gonna talk to me, Tyler, about choosing Bretman? I hate Bretman so much. Talk to me about Bretman.
He was new to the season, and he was pretty good for being new. Like,
Yeah.
everybody else, they already did it
He
one
was
time.
better than all the other All-Stars, like, who had done that before.
Yeah.
So, that says a lot.
I also feel like, though, even if he was new, he wasn't an all-star. He didn't deserve to be there. But I still like him because he's iconic.
Yeah.
I like that they put him there.
Alright. Talk to us about Ro.
Baby! Baby!
Baby Ro.
Baby!
Okay. I
sweetest.
think we already know your explanation about why you chose Ro.
Yeah.
I think
Baby!
yeah. I went
I'm
Alex.
just gonna keep saying baby
Yeah.
so y'all believe me.
Fine. I've got Alex. No one else went Alex.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
What? He's
Okay,
good.
hold-
He's in my top 3.
Hold on. With Alex, I love Alex and everything. I did rank him first in the season 2 cast as well, but it's not just because like his character is just great. Okay, he was a savage. I mean, at the beginning, as I said, with Gabbie and Daystorm, he was humble. He actually forgave Daystorm. After killing him, he forgave him and he became friends with Daystorm. He gave him a coin.
He was the only one in the first episode who trusted Joey and was like, oh, I'm gonna give him the eyes and the things to complete the thing. Everyone was like, don't trust Joey, don't trust Joey. He was the only one who did.
He was the only one to fight a lieutenant or whatever. He went and went, pow! He basically just had this great personality. Yes, him dying in the Pirates episode, it was very sad. But what he did when he was alive puts him at number 1. He had a good personality, he contributed to the group, he may not have been as good as season 2, but I sure as hell tell you that most of the people in this list who are ranked lower did not do half of what Alex did. The reason why Tana and Ro aren't where in first place is because Alex just did more and had the same sort of personality, but more controversial, better. And yes, he failed. I know he did fail with the bow and arrow. Great, but he did so well.
He was kind of like dumb with that as well. Like everyone was like, "Oh, I know how to shoot," and he was like, "No, I'll do it." I was like, "What are you trying to prove?"
Yeah,
you can't do it.
So is that it for the character ranks? Moving.
I have another thing to add about Alex. I wish he played his aviator character more.
Ooh.
That made no sense for me. I still don't understand why he got that part because
Yeah, I don't understand why he got the aviator.
Yeah, I don't see him play as that anytime. Like
yeah, okay, I agree to that. I will agree with that. It didn't make sense.
Totally.
He didn't play with it.
He just looked cute in the outfit.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Ro played with her character.
Yeah. His socialite. But
she's baby.
Moving on to the iconic moments, our favourite moments. Who wants to talk about their favourite moments first?
Oh.
Floor is open to everyone.
Okay.
Hold on.
I think
things I already brought up.
Yeah, we can bring up again.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. I think we'll talk about him again. I think Alex punching Lieutenant was quite iconic. It was deserved.
Yeah. The whole in episode 7, the whole Nikita and Bretman thing, that was so amazing.
The innuendos were great. I think there's one we didn't. There was one we didn't mention in episode 4, and it was Gabbie talking to the Emperor, like chatting him up and saying she loved the way that he was playing with those balls or something like that. To twiddle those balls. No one cared to mention that. I thought that was great. That made me laugh a bit.
Same.
Oh my god.
We've also got trying to remember. Of course, Ro
All
trying.
of Bretman's quotes, like all.
Jonah, let's just bring up Bretman's quotes. Bring up the ones you remember the most.
I don't speak broke. I love that one.
The vagina exhibit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring up the most iconic one, Tyler, that you killed to bring up in your explanations.
Middle class.
Middle class. That's great.
He's just so iconic.
Yeah, he had some of the best lines. I mean, him censoring Nikita was quite good.
Yeah, that was fun. Some of the lines that Matt and Nikita bat back and forth was good.
Yeah, the moment they said like, "Oh, this is a race," that was really fun as well.
Yeah, their rivalry is quite good. I like their rivalry.
And it's cute. Good friends. It's cute.
I love Gabbie. We forgot the episode 1 where Gabbie is like, "I look great, you look great, it's freezing out here, can we work something out?" It's like, she was just cold, she wanted to be inside. I love that.
Like, y'all are hot, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I think it was really iconic watching. I think people won't really bring this one up, but I really like when Ro and Daystorm were trying to do the Egyptian move, and it's just Ro's height.
Yeah.
They just have to crunch down.
Yeah. Or there was also when Joey and Alex had to do the yoga balance, and they were blaming each other for why they couldn't do it.
Joey got them hit. Yes.
Look, it's like, don't blame me. Joey has the hip.
Joey has the hips. And then there's Joey like, he just can't do it. It's his fault. It's like,
I love and hate that Colleen brought up Amanda.
Miranda. No, it was when Gabbie tried to do the Miranda impression straight after.
Oh my god, the two balls thing.
Yes, the two balls that we were talking about. I love the way you twiddle those two balls.
It's pretty funny at that thing.
Hey, does anyone else headcanon the Emperor gay man? That's why he doesn't want to marry anybody.
Oh my god, yes! Alright, what is everyone's opinion on the Emperor being gay?
Or like, a romantic, etc. whatever. Like, he probably was, because he was just like boring.
Yeah. What else was there? It was, we need to talk about... Oh yes, the lesbian. The sorceress and the blue thing, demon.
Oh, that was hot.
It was quite steamy to watch, quite honest with you. And I like,
I was, actually for me, that was kind of, like, just kind of, style stuff. The whole body parts thing.
I think we need to bring, I think we need to bring up grapes, though. Like, out of everything, Britman, grapes.
Grapes.
Oh, love him. He's so funny.
The Jewel of Lovers statue was hilarious. I love that.
Oh, yes.
I love that.
Kiss me.
Little Rose. Just like trying to like stand on this pedestal.
She's the one who said they were supposed to be the statues. She was like, "Oh, are we supposed to like reenact it?"
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Yeah."
Yeah, exactly.
Once again, Ro trying to be correct as everything.
What about you, Tyler? Is there any other iconic moments that you can bring up that you enjoyed?
I like when Gabbie and Tana said like monster, the monster name.
Yes. I don't know if Gabbie was trying to plug it or trying to make a joke out of her own meme. Oh, bless her.
I like the caveman as well. They brought him in like episode 6 and then episode 5 and then just like in the end. I like that they made like a teaser of him. They helped him.
I think we established that there's a lot of good moments. There was a moment in episode 1 where somebody said to Justine, "I thought you died like Vine." It was an unplanned comment.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I remember that. That made me chuckle because I do like a lot of ETN edits. So when I heard that, I almost peed myself a little bit, but I kept it together. Right, so we know everyone's favourite moments. Everyone give me one least favourite moment. Like, your least favourite
When
moment.
Nikita cheated. Oh, that was so bad.
Oh.
I didn't like it when Mortimer turned to
When
stone.
Joey,
Oh, really? Talk to us about Mortimer. Did you like Mortimer?
Mortimer was so helpful. Like this
He was
season,
in season 3, but
Yeah.
then in season 4 he did nothing.
he
That
was helpful.
No.
what?
Even though he
The
sucked.
sorceress was more helpful than him.
Wait, let Tyler talk. Just explain to me season 4 Mortimer being helpful here. I need to know.
Okay.
You don't know, he was just helpful.
Name
No reasoning.
name me 3 things that he did and I'll change my mind.
Okay, let me just rewatch the entire season.
And there we go.
please.
I think I just beat Tyler on that one. Mortimer,
Yeah.
not helpful. Okay, I'll give him, like, he got a knife pulled to him in episode 4. That's just him being dumb. Like, boy.
Least favorite moment.
Least
When
favorite-
Joey bullshitted his way out of a challenge.
Joey, no, that's just, like, least favourite moments from all 4 seasons. Joey just somehow bullshitting out of every challenge that he could die in.
Yep.
He always does that.
Yeah. What was my least favourite moment? I actually don't really have a least, like a moment where I just go, ugh. I guess Nikita cheating was terrible.
That was my. I love her, so that makes me feel, like the thing is, I love Nikita, but if I were in NTN, I would hate her so bad because I hate people that like cheat and like mean to everyone. So I would hate that. But I like her just by watching.
I think my least favourite moment was Daystorm dying. I think he shouldn't have gone. Honestly, I think he should have gone for a bit longer. I think it should have been Alex.
Yeah.
That's probably my least.
His death was not how he is. Like he is not that.
It broke character and it was horrible. Anyway, moving on to the final section where these guys get to rest for a little bit and I have to do a lot of waffling. Moving on to the trivia quiz and the lovely results from this. So I asked my lovely guest here to do a trivia quiz based on season 4. I'm going to read the questions to everyone and then we're going to talk about the answers. So, I now need to get to the question.
Time to die.
Okay. The questions go. Question 1, describe the cursed chalices that Gabbie and Tana drank from. Question 2, how many penalty votes were given in total in episode 2? Question 3, how many space or tiles on the episode 4 challenge board? Question 4, how many dumplings were the girls supposed to eat in episode 4? Number 5, how many urns were supposed to be placed on the symbols in episode 2? Question 6, how many eyes did the group was supposed to find in episode 1 to free the people from the cage? Question 7, how many people did the Black Knight have to kill in total? Question 8, what was the name of the weapon used to break the ebony horse? Question 9, what was used to gain entry to the sands of Egypt? Question 10, name all of the monsters in episode 10 that were chasing after the guests. Question 11, what were the organs that were needed to be found in the Dinosaur Pit? Question 12, what were the main artifacts used to open the portal in episode 1? Question 13, why didn't Gabbie make the Emperor laugh? Question 14, what do the rebels refer to the boys as in episode 4? Question 15, who was the first person who was the only person not to complete a task in episode 4? Question 16, how many puzzles did Gabbie and Tana complete in total during the challenge in episode 5? Question 17, who was the other person brought up in the revival? Question 18, how did Roe get a penalty vote? Question 19, what reminded Bretman of the answer to one of the riddles? Question 20, how many coins did Garuda take from Bretman? Question 21, what were the statues required for the actual people to remake in episode 6? Question 22, what did Colleen use to whack the pirate lady in episode 8? Question 23, what was used to create the Sword of Legends? Question 24, who was the only guest to fight back in their death? Question 25, when introducing the season 4 backstory, who was trapped in the glass cages within the book? And question 26, how many coins were there overall in episode 3? You guys ready for the answers?
Okay.
I would like to point out a typo. You said episode.
Yes, I know. Tyler pointed that out to me. He didn't get any bonus points for that. The answers. Okay, for question 1 about the chalices, it was kind of like a silver, like kind of silver forest and schools. When somebody mentioned about them just turning black, I also gave the point because they did turn black. Question 2 for the penalty vote, the answer was 5. How many spaces or tiles were on the episode 4 challenge board? That was 30. How many dumplings were the girls supposed to eat in episode 4? The answer was 4. The urns that needed placing the symbols, there were 5. How many eyes were the group supposed to find in episode 1? It was 5. How many people did the Black Knight kill? I accepted 3 or 4 because the 4 people that died were, of course, Gabbie, Tana, Merlin, and Arthur. However, people may not have believed that Arthur died. Well, Arthur was part of the episode, and some people believe that Merlin isn't dead. So that is why 3 or 4. What was the name of the weapon used to break the ebony horse? It was Suleiman's hammer, or Suleim's hammer. What was used to gain entry to the sands of Egypt? It was a scarab beetle. Name all the monsters that were chasing after the guest in episode 10. It was Mutant Sam. Or not Mutant Sam, it was the Mutant Soldier. Harpy, Vampire, Lucy, Hightower, Carnival Master, and Benjamin. What were the main artifacts used to open up the portal in episode 4? It was Crystal, Crown, and Season 1 artifacts. Why didn't Gabbie make the Emperor laugh? Because she copied Colleen and it isn't funny the second time. What do the rebels refer to the boys in Season 4? Emperor's foreign mercenaries. Question 26. Who was the only person not to complete a task in episode 4? Alex. How many puzzles did Gabbie and Tana complete in total during their challenge? It was 2. Who was the other person brought up in the revival? It was Tana, not just Colleen. How did Ro get a penalty vote? You could have had one of many, captured by Mummy, when she decided to sacrifice a vote in episode 7. There was other circumstances, and I've given a point for all of them. What reminded Bretman of the answer to one of the riddles? It wasn't grapes, it was the lighter because of fire. How many coins did Garuda take from Bretman, not Benjamin? It was 15, because he gave away 2, so he had 30 left, so he had to take away 15. What were the statues that required actual people to make in episode 6? It was Kiss of a Jeweled Lover and Weapon Raised in Battle Cry. Question 23, what did Colleen use to whack the pirate lady with in episode 8? It was a bottle of rum, or a bottle of whatever, a glass bottle. What was used to create the Sword of Legends? The 8 emblems, Sword of Excalibur, and the Blood of Vengeance. Who was the only guest to fight their death? It was Justine. When introducing the backstory, who was shown in the track glasses with the book? You needed the Adventurer, Socialite, Enforcer, Aviator, and Duchess. And finally, how many coins were there overall in episode 3? The answer is 164, but I also would give a point to anyone who put 153 after all of the deductions were taken in place. Right, who's ready for the results?
Wait, can I say something?
Yep.
In the question 20, that was about Bretman's coins. He actually had 34, and then 34? He gave up 2, and then he gave up half, so actually had 16.
He did say he had 32 in the episode.
He had 32.
No, I'm pretty sure he had 34. Like, in the beginning, when everyone was saying, like, oh, I have this, like, Colleen had 28, he had 34, and then he gave up 2, so he had 32, and then he gave up half. He had, I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. I'm just saying.
He did say during the beginning that he had 32 and then gave up 2 to have 30. I had to watch the episode back because I needed to make sure how many coins they still had.
Okay, never mind.
It's okay. That's fine. It was 32. There was a miscalculation, I believe, near the end of the episode, but that's something else. Anyway, the results of this, starting with third place. Third place went to Charlie.
Yay!
In second place, with 20 out of 26, we have Tyler. So in first place with 21 points was Julie.
21, I have 1 more.
You have 1 more than Tyler. How's it feel? Tyler, you did very well. You actually did do very well, but actually going back through your questions, you gained a point because of the 153, but you lost a point on another question you actually did get wrong in the end, that when I rechecked. So,
Which one?
I can't tell you right now. I don't even know myself, but it was something
Was
that
it
I
the dumpling one?
When did Tana come back? They say someone came back in the revival that wasn't clean. When did Tana come?
It was Tana.
Yeah, it was
When they were talking about who they should bring back.
Oh,
They mentioned
okay,
Tana. It was probably due to the way the question. Anyway, that is the end of the
I didn't even know
podcast. Would you like to say goodbyes?
I'm just happy that I won.
You're just happy that you won. Any
Adios. Nice to meet you.
anybody? Any parting words from you, Tyler?
No. Bye.
Whoa.
Well,
This was fun. I liked it.
This was fun, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the ultimate trivia.
Oh yes.
I want to
may-
be Emily.
Well, I may as well spoil it now since you've done it. There will be an
Oh,
ultimate.
sorry.
It's all good. I was going to explain it anyway. There is an ultimate trivia quiz. These three. Oh, unfortunately, Charlie will not be involved, but Tyler and Julie will be involved in the ultimate trivia quiz against a lot of moderators, a lot of people, in order to be crowned the top ETN fans.
God.
So thank you for watching.
Sorry.
Please like and
Sorry.
subscribe. Please follow the channels that I've linked in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.